Okay. So prior to the show, what we do with anybody who requests to be on the show, who sends us a DM, we send them a list of 10 questions. Mm-hmm. And I sent you a list of 10 questions asking age, location, occupation, relationship status, if you wanted to bring a friend, any dating stories, any dating topics you'd want to speak on, anything you disagree on, if you can make it to Santa Barbara, and your available dates to be on the show. 10 questions. Most people answer it without issue. They take about 5-10 minutes to answer it. Done and done. You did freak out on me a little bit in the DMs, and I just wanted to, I don't know if...
Freaking down on the DMs.
So I wanted to pull them up, and perhaps you can read them just so I can better understand the tone, because maybe I'm being charitable here, but there was an interesting tone to it. So maybe in your own words, it might come off differently.
Can you, like it sounded cocky, or?
Well, we'll just pull it up, Nick, if you can pull it up for us.
Delusional.
Oh, shoot.
So Nick, can you put us in the left corner? Could you read these for us?
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm very high functioning autistic, so sometimes my brain gets on my tangents and I can't really focus on anything else. Let me see if I can get it done right now while I have a minute. It's weird you guys are so meticulous about this. Like, why can't you just schedule me to come shoot this shit with you? You obviously know I'm legit and have tons of things to talk about, no matter how you want to lead the conversation. I feel like that is why you are not leveling up. You are being too legalistic about things, and you need to learn how to read vibration over words and rules of the manifested or visual reality. To be honest with you, okay, I was on a savant mission.
Just keep reading. Go ahead.
FYI.
Go ahead.
To be honest with you, it's annoying to me you would make a woman like me go down a list and answer certain questions. I'm above needing to answer your certain questions. Just book me on your fucking show and let's go. I'm really only looking to work with or give energy to people who are totally in alignment with me. And if that includes you, then you are not going to waste my time making me answer some little stupid baby bitch list of questions that is made for other people who are clueless. You would be able to read my vibration and know that I am exempt from all this shit. And if you can't do that, then I don't really want on your show. Now, do I?
Wow.
Okay, I'm a spiritual person. I have my own spiritual business, and I read energy and tarot and all of that. But like, I mean, I'm sorry, that's just a mean message.
Oh, oops! I don't know why Tate came in. Go ahead.
That is just, I don't know. That's
pretty
mean.
crazy.
Well, I understand. I totally understand.
You got to speak into the mic first of all.
I totally understand that it sounded very harsh, but you have to understand how many DMs I get, how much I get approached by.
But hold on. We did not DM you. You DM'd us.
I know. Correct.
I think most of you here, every single. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. I think most of you reached out to us. You all got the same questionnaire.
This is
you all
how
filled it out without any quarrel or issue.
It's your show.
Right?
And it's normal
and it took you
standard.
What? How long did it take you? Five minutes?
Not even 5.
How long did it? 5 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I think you.
It's
like 1
read.
minute. Like.
Oh, like 3 hours.
Well, you sent a fuck ton of stuff. She sent.
I would have been like that.
That.
I have a foot fetish place. So
that wall of text that you sent me.
I just assumed you wouldn't have me on.
Well, the wall of text that you sent me, you could have just been a good sport and answered the same time it took you to send that wall of text.
I guess because I am not a typically presented woman, and so I try to make it very clear you're not dealing with a typical person. Are you sure you want to engage with me? Because
you think you're better than any of us.
I think I'm very different, and it's not for everybody. So I kind of just come off harsh. And just so you know, I knew nothing about this podcast.
Then why are you saying he's not growing?
I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anybody.
How can you say that remark then if you don't even know who he is?
I know you don't understand. I know you don't understand.
So whatever podcast is, no.
I made it clear. I was on a savant.
4.3.
Hold on.
Well, hang on. Guys, hang on.
It
Relax
doesn't
for a
work like
second.
yours.
We can only do one at a time.
I did want to lead in just very quickly. Is it Desiree? Is that?
Yeah, Desiree.
I've been
Desiree.
saying, yeah. Why do you have pictures of?
Wait, Andrew, hold on. Before you say what you're gonna say, it's. Not,
I have to cut in on that. I have to.
No,
Brian.
but can you?
The leveling up thing.
This is super important because I got to know.
It was just some rampage
I'm reviewing the
I was on
Instagram.
mentally, and
Why do you
my
have
brain
pictures
gets
of
very
the
annoyed.
children?
Wait, Andrew, stop. I gotta make sure this is TOS.
It's TOS. Why do you have pictures of the kids in the same?
Because I don't.
Say it more tactfully. Say it more tactfully, please.
Okay, why do you have pictures of your offspring in the same Instagram that you have these lewd pictures?
Because I don't believe that human sexuality is anything it's not wrong in my book. There's nothing wrong with it. I celebrate sex and all the different forms and expressions of it, and that's not anything I personally believe is to. Now, it's not like my kids are.
They're not
in the room when I'm getting cum shot on or anything.
Would you want to see pictures of your kids like that?
No.
It wouldn't bother me. It's human sexuality.
We're not going to talk. I don't want to talk about this. This is very.
Okay, that's fair.
This is on the fucking line here.
This is a border.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it is, but it's your show. I'll yield. But listen, lewds in the same.
I just don't consider it lewd.
In the same Instagram as that. Doesn't that seem horrifically off-putting?
I don't ascribe to the same moral code that you do. I don't believe that there is anything wrong with however an adult person wants to express themselves sexually. And I would even go as far as to say adult doesn't even mean 18. To me, a person...
Okay, don't even start going down that path.
All right, fine. I'll let it go there. I'll mute the mic.
Yeah.
But I did want an answer to that.
That's crazy.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I don't have your same morals.
So, I'm not going to really... I want to go back to the meta conversation we were having about the messages you sent. I was just a little confused there. I don't know. You mentioned that very early on in the episode, you wanted to bring down the egos of men. I mean, don't you think the message you sent me is a bit egotistical?
Mm-hmm. Very full of yourself.
It was. And I was really, to be honest with you, I am working on some massive humanitarian work right now that to me is the most important thing. So I had a friend. What does that have to do with anything? It's just because of the way that my brain works. When I get on a mission, you could say, that's all I really care about.
I thought your mission was to sell your pussy.
Okay, hold on. You're is this what's called obfuscating? Hold on, let me make sure I'm using that word right.
I want to know why you thought that his
I didn't know him. I didn't know who I was sending.
Then why would you say that?
I had no idea. I flow with it. I just spoke my truth. That's how I felt in the moment. It was really annoying.
On reality.
Your humanitarian
I just assumed they're not going to call me on the show, to be honest. I just thought, I'm annoyed right now. I'm busy doing this other work. I got a million things going on. Why are they having me answer these questions? I'm a sex and relationship coach. It's a dating show. Do they want me on or not?
Do you expect everyone in the world to yield to you for every single problem?
No, I'm just simply saying, if I'm not for you, I'm not for you. That's all I'm saying.
Go off, queen. Go off, queen.
I feel very tired of being a people pleaser, and I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't need everybody to like me. I don't need everybody to have me on their show. Well, if you want to say it's narcissism, I'm okay with that.
Probably.
It's mean. It's fine, but I don't mind being mean. I get people mean to me all the time.
But it's how you respond to it.
It was just like
and it was not
the
personal.
reason.
It was not personal. I didn't even know it was going on. I didn't know.
I wasn't upset. I was just like, I've maybe encountered, and we've had probably thousands. We've had over 1,000 people on the show. We've had probably multiple thousands of people send us DMs. Obviously, not everybody ends up scheduling. We don't always opt to schedule somebody, but I think I've had maybe one or two other women be divas over the whole, oh my God, it's 10 questions.
That's so weird to me.
It was very diva-like. And
it's just because, again, I was on a mission mentally, and it was like, have me on or don't have me on. I don't want to answer all these questions.
But you spent so much energy
you're
on
from
that.
Los Angeles, right?
But to me, that wasn't a lot of energy because
Answer
it
my
was
question.
my truth.
Answer my question. You're from LA, right?
No.
Los Angeles?
No.
Well, you said you're from San Bernardino. That's LA County, isn't it?
No,
Corona,
it's San Bernardino
i.e.
County. That's and then
Okay.
Corona is Riverside
Did you ever have any ambitions to be an actress?
I mean, I did drama when I was a kid.
Have you ever been to a casting call?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Have you ever gone on a job interview?
Yes.
Did they require a resume?
It depends on the job.
Have you ever applied for a job that required a cover letter or a resume or a CV? Well, wait, isn't that the same thing as a... Well, okay.
Well,
Have you ever...
Same thing,
yes,
yeah.
but this was not a job. This was something
This is
that...
a gig.
But I didn't see it as a gig until you guys actually scheduled
Okay.
me. That
Well, how
was me
about-
showing you my personality. You can take it or leave it.
Right,
You don't have to
but-
schedule me.
But you're confused as to why we would ask these questions. So we asked very
I
basic
wasn't
biographical...
confused. It's not that I was confused. That was me popping off because I felt that answering a cookie cutter list of questions to a person like me who's extremely complex. So no matter how I answer these, that's not the full truth. I guess if you just want me to bullshit for the sake of bullshitting, and I just
No,
wasn't
but
straightforward
it was
question.
basic
just
bio
didn't know
info,
you.
age, location, occupation, relationship
Yeah.
status.
Asking your-
If you want to bring a friend, dating stories, dating topics, anything you disagree on, if you can make it to Santa Barbara and your available dates, I mean, those last two kind of necessary questions
I
to
said
ask.
that, but I said, and then as we went down in communication, I gave you my, obviously I'm here.
Well, yeah.
Obviously it worked out enough.
But so you said, you told me I need to learn how to read
I
vibration.
wasn't saying it to you. I didn't
Well,
even know who I
you
was
said
speaking
you.
to. I was venting to an
Okay,
Instagram
fine,
DM. I didn't know a face. I've
It
never
doesn't
even
matter
seen
who.
the podcast.
It
I have
doesn't
no
matter
idea.
who. Fine.
You have to understand how many dicks I talk to a day. I talk to
Wait,
so
dicks?
many
We don't know
assholes
you,
a day.
though. Like, how are we supposed
I
to
have to do
expect this of
business
you?
constantly all day. I deal with agencies. I deal with booking this, booking that,
You
flakes
just think
this,
you're
flakes that.
over here,
So
and
do
everything
I.
else is just we have to bow
because
to
you guys have no
Solipsism, boys.
idea what I
Solipsism.
actually have to deal with.
You have no
Exactly,
idea
so
what
how do
they
you
have to
expect
deal
us
with.
You don't know what I
Yeah.
gotta deal
I
with.
only
You should see
reached
the
out
DMs,
because
bro.
a friend said you should go on this
Seriously.
podcast.
Okay,
Again,
so-
I've never seen it. I didn't know anything about it, and
Me
so I
neither.
wasn't really taking it
Once you
seriously.
looked it
I
up,
just
did you
thought,
realize
fine,
that
if they
he
want
had
to
Okay.
go, go.
There's
But-
a difference between
millions
being
of-
not taking it
Stop.
serious and being disrespectful, though.
I didn't give a shit about who I disrespected. What do you
Clearly.
care if I disrespect you? You don't even know me. You don't even like
Because
me.
he's
Well-
a human.
I
What about just
understand, but I
integrity and
understand.
morals
I get
and
it.
just
I
being
get it.
nice?
But I'm not here.
Where do
to
you get your moral
handhold
compass
everybody.
from?
Like a,
I don't go by morals.
just
Clearly.
your integrity.
I don't go by morals. I go by that was the mood I was in. I gave you my real self.
And that's
You
the
did not
problem
have to
with
book
people
me.
that are don't have a foundation.
Would you
They're
rather
literally
me
just-
pretend like I was a cookie cutter little sweet thing and then get on here and be
Just
this?
to answer the
It's
I
just
like
the
to be
answer.
real.
I told you
you're
I
not
would see you
understanding.
next
I am a
Tuesday,
bitch.
but I'm not going to do that on here.
I am a bitch, and I'm not for most people. So I wanted to make
true.
sure that that was
She's not wrong.
clear.
She's not wrong.
I just have one last question for you on this particular topic. Are you on any sort because you believe that truth is a value? Can you just answer this truthfully?
Sure.
Are you on any sort of psychiatric drugs at all?
Like a pharmaceutical?
I think that was
Yeah.
already asked.
Yeah, that was already
No, I
asked.
asked her. You
You
asking
asked
her.
me.
No,
Yeah.
oh, wait, did I?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
asked me.
No,
and then she
no.
said
weed.
that.
She
I
said
don't think I don't think I got
hang
I don't think I got an actual answer. Are you on any sort of SSRI?
No, I don't. No,
None?
no.
Okay.
Now, Nick, I don't know if you still have is it still like all set up or? Okay. You also said that, to be honest with you, it's annoying to me. You would make a woman like me go down a list and answer certain questions. I'm above needing to answer your certain questions. That's in the fourth message there. Just book me on your fucking show and let's go. Now, some of the people who tuned
Locker
in
room
late to
talk.
this,
It's called locker room talk.
well, it's interesting because you very harshly criticized me for.
It wasn't you again.
Well,
it
no,
wasn't
no.
you.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. So we had to restart the stream Miss over here who did a wardrobe change.
I'm sorry. It was really, really, really cool.
It's fine. So there was a nip slip. So we had to cut the stream. We lost all the viewership. We had to restart it. We lost about 10 minutes. I was frustrated. I don't recall precisely what I said to her. I might have said something rude to her out of frustration.
You said, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Okay, well.
It's okay. I understand. I would
cool.
have said the same thing. I would have said the same thing.
Now, you got on your high horse in your ivory tower, and you wanted to virtue signal, and you threatened to leave. You threatened to, if this is how you're gonna talk to women, I'm gonna leave, and she should come with me.
She included all of us.
Mm-hmm. And you attempted to pretty much get all the women to leave the show. Admittedly, I did say something rude to her, which I apologize to you. I was frustrated.
And I liked you because of that. I liked your apology.
But it's interesting to me that your conduct between us in the DMs.
Okay, I'll explain it.
Hold on. No. Hold on. It's interesting to me that it's okay for you to behave in that way. You said,
because it was non-personal. It was non-personal.
Hold on. The way in which you were speaking to me was, I would argue, about on par in the way I spoke to her.
I would say much worse.
Yeah, way worse.
Her messages?
Yeah. I agree. The only thing I have to say is that, again,
so
I deal with so many
the arbiter
things coming at me?
Okay, don't.
That I didn't know that you were even a human. I don't know who I'm dealing with.
Well, you think we have an AI?
I have no idea.
But if it was Nick who was messaging you, I would be sitting here and saying the exact same thing. It's not about, if it was Madison, it does not matter. It would have been an agent, a representative of the whatever podcast. It is me who handles all the guest booking.
I get it.
But it's not me, like, you didn't know who you were messaging it to. It's kind of irrelevant.
Regardless,
it doesn't matter if it was me or Maddie or Nick, or if we were paying $10.
I deal with people who are not a human representation. They're just like a bot, basically.
Don't care, but I find it interesting that you were virtue signaling at the beginning of the show.
And it's because I could feel her as a human person.
She wasn't even that bothered.
So you can't feel their emotions, it doesn't matter?
Yes, because I deal so much in the virtual world, and I'm so bullshitted constantly that I'm just very
You have no empathy. You have no true empathy for people.
No, I actually do. When I know it's
even bothered. You turned to her and said, "You're being abused." That I ruined his podcast. But I just appreciate you sticking up for me. But I just
wanted to make sure that we were clear.
I just took 10 minutes out of his podcast.
You wanted to make sure that we were clear.
I just wanted to make sure that it was clear.
That
let's not go there.
But you went there before even getting on the show.
But again, I had no idea who I was speaking to.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You guys,
I have the messages.
Okay. No, I know.
I have the messages.
I was calculatingly being my most aggressive self because I get taken advantage of a lot.
How is it taking advantage of you to ask 10 questions?
No, I'm just saying.
No. Answer the question. How is it taking advantage of you to ask you 10 biographical questions?
Maybe because
hold on. Let her answer. Stop. Let her answer. Go ahead.
Because I just didn't feel like me answering those simple little questions were going to paint the accurate picture of who you were having on the show.
But do you think there's a reason we asked those questions?
I do, but do you understand what I'm saying? I am not for everybody.
Do you have a podcast that has millions?
No. Hold on. I think I do understand what you're saying, and let me kind of steel man the position. You felt like by answering those questions, it would have misrepresented what it was that you were trying to get across, right?
Correct.
But the thing is that could it perhaps be cope on your behalf?
It was not the best way.
Hang on. Let me finish the question, please. Could it perhaps be cope on your behalf that you were terrified of answering those questions because you know to a reasonable standard that a person interpreting them may totally get the wrong idea of you, even though they're basic questions?
Well, no, because those were basic questions.
It's
easy.
And not on the podcast.
No, because listen, if you go down the list, it's very easy. I'm 38. I live in Corona. I am technically single or divorced.
Then why so much cope?
Because again, I wanted to really, and I'm not justifying. I did do it I could have done it in a more polite way. You're right. I could have done it in a more. But you guys, every time.
You were terrified that the answers.
No, I was terrified. I was terrified of this. I was terrified that I would come to a situation where this isn't really my.
You're completely gaslighting right now.
Huh? Well, no, hang on. Listen,
No,
I'm not going to accuse her of gaslighting. I actually do want her answer to the question. From my perspective, what it appears to be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're giving basic answers to the question and kind of the cope, or what I would consider cope, is, I'm afraid that you're going to get the wrong picture of me. Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
There could be a way in which questions are presented where we could get the wrong interpretation or presentation. It happens to me a lot. Hang on, of who you are as a whole. I agree that that's true. But doesn't it kind of ratify Brian's position here that in DMs, you were ultimately very, very, very aggressive?
I was.
Almost like you were trying to obfuscate from what those questions meant.
I was, because I live in a world of sharks. And sometimes I'm in a mood, I'm dealing with freaking law cases and all these things. And judge me however you want to judge me, it's fine.
Law cases?
With the ex-husband, he beat me. I have to press charges in the whole situation.
Yeah, but why would that have anything to do with a podcast?
I'm not saying weird. I'm a victim. I'm just saying, as a human being, some days I get a little rattled.
So why couldn't you extend that same courtesy to me when I was a little sharp with her? Instead, you wanted to put your foot down,
because
be the language police.
Safe. I honestly,
you didn't feel safe. Yeah, I was
safe.
I was about to go over there and just.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
I was gonna go over there and just.
It's emotional safety. I didn't feel emotionally safe.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Emotionally safe?
It's all buzzwords just to get out of taking responsibility.
It gave her the ick.
But I mean, honestly, I want to know.
I mean, I guess that's a good way to say it.
When you say to Brian, answering your question doesn't make me feel emotionally safe.
No. When he said fuck, when he had the comment to her, that's when I didn't feel emotionally safe. When he said fuck and I engaged and I, as you described it, I was virtue signaling, you said. It's because it triggered me to be like, oh shit, this is what I was afraid of. I'm not safe here. That's why I tried to give them the most ridiculous part of myself, so I didn't even have to go.
Hang on, you mean at the beginning of the podcast when I pointed out that there could be something which was potentially detrimental to everything that this man has worked for, and so he was frustrated in the moment, and maybe he said something out of turn or untowards. But if I remember correctly, and I was in the back room listening, I do that, the gal who this was directed to said, no big deal. Mm-hmm. Who are you to come in and advocate on her behalf and say, wait, she's way in the wrong, right? Or this type of thing. That's not really your concern. Who are you to come in and say and make this arbitrary judgment that a person who says something in frustration in regards to their entirety of their livelihood, which could be at stake, that they're in the wrong when the person they said it to was forgiving instantly? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah. I do appreciate her sticking up for me, but I do 100%
and I think that's totally appropriate.
Where he was coming from.
I think that's totally appropriate.
And I did understand.
But in the heat of the moment, she said, no worries, I'm not even concerned about it. You, on the other hand, made a big deal out of it.
Because I'm the person that all these women come to for help after they need your help.
Who are you to do that? Who are you to do that?
I'm sorry, it's just where I'm at in life and the work that I do, and I deal with the traumas. Everybody comes and brings me all of these traumas that they never had restitution for. And it's things like that she might say it's okay. She's gonna fawn. She's gonna fawn in the moment.
She's not weak. She's not weak. You're saying she's weak.
I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying
she's mature and self-aware and just saying, let's move on.
And
it's business.
And as you saw, we were all able to kind of work through it. We were apologized. We took it down a notch. We took it down a notch. I was friendly with you. I said I appreciate your...
You're fibbing. And here I can prove it. You said behind the scenes that you wanted revenge. That you wanted to get some gitsy backsies, and that Brian didn't know who he was fucking with. That's what you actually said behind the scenes. Isn't that true?
Yes, that is true.
Do you want to? Yes. Do you want to hear the recording? Because I recorded it.
I mean, you literally stood there and were
said he deserved. Hang on, you said he deserved some revenge, some restitution, and that you were going to
know the guy yet.
That's what you actually said.
I didn't know the guy yet. It's a woman being triggered. You have to understand. I have been abused a lot.
Wait, but did I abuse you?
No, but I'm just gonna.
Did I abuse her?
She turned to her and was like, "This is abuse."
Yeah,
but it was verbal abuse. I mean, that was verbal.
Going back to what Andrew said, though, what specifically, if you guys can recall, what did she say?
Well, let Andrew help, because I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because me being in the background, sometimes I hit record and I have all of this recorded.
We have it too.
Here's what she actually said. She said that she ain't gonna put up with none of this shit from these motherfuckers.
Yeah, she did.
And that they better know their fucking place, and that she's gonna get revenge if necessary. That's what she actually said. Am I lying? Go ahead, call me a liar.
You have to understand from my perspective. Again, I didn't know the man from
what does that
anything.
have to do with
Because I'm going off of my experience in life with men.
And why include us? Like we can leave right now.
Well,
like
I'm sorry.
Why are you talking for everybody?
I'm sorry. I just consider myself. I'm a mother. I'm a leader. I have daughters,
but we're
strong
women. As well. We're not weak.
And I didn't mean it. I didn't.
You're taking on that masculine energy, though.
I guess I do.
Talking about not wanting.
Hold on.
I take on daddy energy if I feel like there's some vulnerable group here that isn't.
We're not vulnerable. Okay. We're self-aware that it's a whole podcast. That if that nip slip was there,
well, I apologize.
He would. It can get banned for life.
I apologize for having empathy towards women and making sure that we all knew we didn't have to be here.
What is she's it's like it's not really an apology. I'm sorry.
This is, so this is a complete and total red herring. Can you just speak to the fact that before you even knew the circumstance of the situation, you actually demanded that the girls get up and leave with you in order to get revenge? That's what you actually requested. Can you just tell Brian that that's what you actually did? Look at them shaking their head, because I'm right. You requested all of them get up and leave that podcast and leave him high and dry to get revenge. So why don't you get up and get the fuck out of this podcast, since you're the one who demanded that this happened to him? Why should we not instead make sure that happens to you?
I mean, you definitely can, and you would be in the right. And I am sorry. I overreacted. I was triggered, okay? I didn't know you from anybody. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into, and I just never know how things are going to go.
You popped off even with just random questions.
Hold on.
No,
I got a couple more questions.
Like, she's the problem.
I got some more questions.
There's no way.
I got more questions.
Wait, do you have some more questions?
What?
I do. I got a couple more questions. Not quite yet, Andrew. But I like the what's it called?
You're trying to be Italian.
I do like that.
I just want to let you know.
I'll tell you this. I do appreciate a man who puts me in my place.
Who were there at the table to get up and collectively walk out of the show in order to get revenge against you, because you had a fire at the mouth moment very quickly, because everything you had ever worked for perhaps could be in jeopardy.
Right.
And so you had an emotional outburst. How dare you? She actually tried to convince the entire panel to get up and collectively walk out with her. Girls, if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying.
No, I mean, I told her right away. I said, don't include me. I was like, I'm not leaving.
We all respectfully tried to calm her down and be like, okay, let's just stay quiet, figure this shit out.
And I did.
No, you kept yapping. You literally went on bantering or
I need a minute. I need a minute. Once I get that triggered, I need a minute to calm down.
I said the rude thing or whatever. Then I was like, okay, time for action. Let me end the stream. We got to delete it. We got to get it all going. Everybody's here.
And you made me feel safe when you came back, and the way that you apologized, it felt very genuine. And to be honest, it really endeared me to you. It really endeared me to you. But I came in it kind of with this charge.
It ain't happening.
But what about the messages? I just can't get.
What messages were very harsh.
I can't get over that.
They were very harsh.
Wait. This could sort of be like and I don't know if this is using the Lord's name in vain, but a come to God moment here. So now it's very rare, like me and Andrew, we constantly get labeled as toxic and abrasive. And
no, I don't think you are.
No, let me finish my point. And typically it's very rare. I don't know if it's ever happened like this. Now, Andrew took shots at some of the women, saying they don't look like Scarlett Johansson. I was gone for a bit of that. Every woman here has turned against you.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for you. Do you frequently find yourself in conflict with people?
No, to be honest, because I try to kind of weed out my relationships. And
Stop the cap.
You're telling me your life isn't full of constant interpersonal conflict?
I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I run into
not answering my question, but so.
No, I think I have a pretty peaceful life. To be honest.
So, the whole panel has turned against you.